Boweski. Dr. Boweski, you know, if this screams domestic violence to me because the front door was actually shot. I don't know the direction yet. But a burglar doesn't do that. A robber doesn't do that. Someone enraged does that. Who in their right mind would take it out on a 7-year-old boy?
Well, somebody who wants to hurt someone. They took somebody's most precious possession. That's what that kidnapping was all about. And to kill him, hurt the most precious possession. It looks domestic to me as well. But someone who knows how to use a gun.
Back out to Susan Rosen, CNN correspondent, standing by outside the victim's home there in Chicago. Tell me what you know, Susan, about the break-in itself, about the mode of attack.
Well, as far as we know, Nancy, it was a gun. They have not recovered a gun. We understand that the brother was shot first, then the mother was shot, and there is this report going around that whoever did it shot through the door. But Chicago police would not confirm that today. And Nancy, that's another reason why some people say maybe it isn't domestic. William Balfour lived at this house here behind me where people have gathered for this kind of impromptu memorial tonight. He lived there until the mother kicked him out about 6 months ago. So he could have knocked on the door, Nancy. He didn't have to blast his way in if he intended to shoot people inside.
And could you tell me, Susan, what this guy is out on parole for?
Bad dude, Nancy. He spent 7 years in prison for attempted murder and carjacking, and yet he married Julia Hudson, the sister of Jennifer Hudson, in '06 after he got out of the pen. And he said that apparently he's known these girls, all the Hudson family, ever since they were kids.
And he has not been named a suspect. He is, however, a person of interest. So he only did 7 years on attempted murder. In that jurisdiction, he could have gotten up to 30 years for that.
You know, Nancy, all I can say is this here. He's a person of interest. The police have had him now for 3 days. Finally, they had no evidence to keep him, and so they got the Illinois Department of Corrections to get him still in custody on a parole violation. Nancy, that makes me think that they don't have the goods on this guy.
Let's go to Kathy Cheney with the Chicago Defender. Kathy, how did this all go down?
As far as the whole incident?
Yes, tell me.
Okay, as far as we know, Julia Hudson, the sister, was actually the ones who went inside the home and discovered her mother and her brother dead. And then that's when she reported her son and the white Suburban that was registered to her brother missing. There is a gunshot that you can clearly see through the front door. So we're not sure if William Balfour was the one who did it, if he was seen at the home days before or right after. That is unclear right now. And as Susan said, no weapon has been recovered yet.
Back to Susan Rosen, CNN correspondent, standing outside the victim's home. Okay, if other family members are there, why did Jennifer Hudson have to go and identify the bodies?
You know, actually, Nancy, she didn't. I think that was sort of a misstatement from the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. Her sister Julia had already identified the bodies. She discovered them, in fact, and it was she who called Jennifer Hudson in Tampa and said, "You gotta get home here."
I have an Associated Press wire that has just come in that says Jennifer Hudson and 6 other family members ID'd the bodies at the medical examiner's office via image on video screen. That has just come in to Dr. Michael Arnall, board-certified forensic pathologist, joining us out of Denver. Is that a new development? You don't have to go in for them to pull out the body and unzip it. You can actually do it through a video image?
That's exactly right. Many modern medical examiners' offices either have closed-circuit TV or they can view their loved one through a glass window.
To Mark Class, president of Class Kids Foundation, why the death of the child? Why?
Well, Nancy, I suspect that this had something to do with domestic abuse. Obviously, this was not just some random act. And my theory would be that that they took the boy, that there was some twinge of consciousness. The little boy was would be able to ID the killer. He took him and ultimately decided to destroy him.
I think we all still in a state of shock. You know, it hurts. Can't do nothing, but it hurts. You know, so we're together. When we sit, we pray. You know, I don't know nothing else to do but pray. That's all I know to do.